full of hitters. Baby look like Silver, but I can cut her off in the middle.
Alright, so you're probably wondering how White Kid from Massachusetts ends up producing on NoCap's album. Probably wondering the backstory with how I even got around NoCap in the first place, because that's usually the hardest part, whether you're a producer, artist in general. So what I did was, I tried to reach out to NoCap, obviously, didn't get to him directly, but that didn't stop nothing. I just went and looked at the circle. I found all the people that were closest in the music videos, in the studio, and just started building with them. If they weren't making music, I was just tapping in, keeping up on a friendly manner. If they were a producer, I'm just making beats. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm just trying to get the work in. The key is just getting the work in. Whether it's artists, send them beats. If they're fitting the vibe, 9 times out of 10, if they're around that artist or producer, they're gonna be on the same stuff anyway. So one day, I'm just on Instagram, I got the notifications on. I'm a big NoCap guy anyway, so I get the notification, NoCap goes live, I click it, I hit the volume, and I'm listening, I'm like, that shit sound familiar. I see NoCap there, I see the camera guy, I'm like, oh, it's lit. And I tune in a little deeper, and I'm like, oh shit, that's my beat. And I'm not knowing how it got there, I'm not knowing who played it. All I know is I'm just flooding the market. I'm flooding everybody around him, and my beat's playing, I'm seeing NoCap. So as far as I'm concerned, the mission's accomplished. I don't know who, what, where, when, why. Just, it's rocking.
Frank got the pack. Geno on a track.
So the Hood Doctor drops, NoCap goes to jail literally the next day. I'm keeping up with the camp, going with the motion, and I get a big opportunity. So I'm walking through Best Buy, my phone rings, I take it out, I see a random number, I run the studio, I'm thinking it's a past client, new client, I pick it up, and it's fucking NoCap. So Cap's on the phone, he lets me know he's in Miami, he needs a recording engineer. Same day, I hit the crib, packed everything I had, and next thing I know, I'm on a flight to Miami. All right, so I'm on the flight to Miami. I don't know what I'm about to be doing. All I know is I'm NoCap's personal recording engineer. But as y'all know, I make beats. That's my main thing. So I'm on the plane, I got thousands of beats, I'm thumbing through them, just figuring if this is a scenario, I'm gonna play this type of beat. If that's a scenario, I'm gonna play this type of beat. Thumbing through thousands just to put aside maybe 50 to 100 of my best beats I ever made in my whole life. So I land Miami about 11:30, they Uber me over to the crib, you know what I'm saying, get the studio set up, we're shooting the shit, I get to meet the guys. This is my first, you know, one-on-one with Cap and everybody, and off some music shit, we're all just getting tight. And then over the next few weeks, we start getting into recording, and that's when shit really starts to pick up. So I'm there in Miami, I'm recording Cap, he's playing his own beats, from stuff with Geno to Jambo, all the big producers you guys hear him with. But anytime I get some downtime, I'm in the corner, headphones on, I'm making beats, and then comes the day where we come upon the beat. So Cash had sent me this to start out with. So I ended up breaking that whole loop down into stems, so here's what I ended up keeping for the intro.
Frank got the pack.
So as you can hear, I basically took out the bass and left just the chords to mainly drive the whole thing, so we can kind of build it up as we go through the whole song. So for the pre-hook, I kept it short and simple, pitched the whole melody down an octave just to kind of give it a breakdown feel, brought the bass back in, and that's where we really started to build up some of the tension before we get into the hook. So on top of that, I added this light percussion loop just to begin to bring in the feel for the drums. Now we get into the hook. So as you can hear from the whole song, NoCap's flow is very simple and open, and that's really driven by the whole beat. So on the melody, you can hear the chords really run off the 1 and 2 and. So really on that off beat, I let that drive the whole bounce for the whole song and let the drums, as far as like the 808, snare, all that, really kind of fill the groove and let that melody drive the whole thing. So here when we get into the verse, you can hear I pulled basically all the percussion out as far as drums and broke it down into just the clap. And then that was when Cap really hit that high flow. You guys hear it in the whole song. I'll play it for you real quick.
You got to kill to shine. You got to kill to shine.
So you can hear on the ad-lib, he's hitting that "you gotta kill the shine" flow. It was coming out crazy. I know the bridge comes in, so me being the engineer, I cut him back to the main vocal, just a clean, regular mix. And he had stopped me, he was like, nah, throw me back in that filter. And that was when the whole song took a turning point. There, Cap had stopped me and kind of gave me a breakdown of what the bars had meant. And from that moment, the energy shifted to a whole different level. Like, the passion that went into it from that point was on a whole different level.
All these lean habits, family begging me to stop. I run it up enough, I feed my dealt just like I'm Pop. I ran into my mama room at night when I heard shots. I was just a kid, I was just a kid.
So from there, we had brought the anticipation so high, the only thing left to do was drop the hook. So I copied that over, bounced the song out, and I threw it in the stash. The album was done, so I'm just thinking it's another song in the vault.
People I love, I don't see much. Reaper in my zone, where I roam, ease up.
So I go to take a shower later, it's like 5 a.m., whatever. I play the song, runs out, I hop out the shower, I run it back, and I come back out, whatever, we're all just chilling. They're like, damn, like, you fuck with that song. And I'm like, you know, I've been playing, I got all the songs from the whole trip, but this one I'm just running. I'm running it. And, you know, this album's already done, so I'm not really thinking nothing of it. I go home, I'm chilling, a couple months go by, and then next thing I know, I get the producer agreements, and I'm looking at the title of the song, I'm like, I don't know what song that is. And I'm going through the vault, and I'm putting it together, and I'm looking at the lyrics, and I'm like, oh, Diamond Blick, that's my favorite song. And next thing you know, it's on the album.
I always did Sprite for you. I do that 3-4 times again. Them nights on side of you. We can't tell God about what we did. You gotta kill the shine. So it's VVS's on my Blick.
All right, so the biggest lesson I want you guys to take away from this whole scenario is in order to get the things you want, you gotta be comfortable risking the things you have. So before I went out here, I had a long talk with my dad on whether I should do it or not. And one thing my dad had told me was, don't worry about the outcome, just worry about going in and giving it all you got. So for me, that meant closing down the studio, leaving my apartment, and just putting my full faith in Jesus Christ. All right, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoyed, make sure to go show some love to me, Dope Boy. I got so many more stories to tell. So if you guys want to hear more, just let us know in the comments below. I appreciate it. Subscribe, like, all that. I'm see y'all in the next one.